The desert looked endless at night. Black mountains stretched across the horizon beneath heavy storm clouds, while dead wind rolled across miles of empty sand. No animals, no lights, no sounds except the engine of Marcus's truck echoing through the Nevada desert. And somewhere far ahead of us, hidden beyond the darkness, sat Gold Creek, America's forgotten ghost town. Even now, months after escaping that place, I still can't drive through open desert roads after midnight. Sometimes I wake up hearing mining tools scraping beneath my bedroom floor. Sometimes I hear distant laughter outside my apartment windows despite living 12 stories above the street. And every single night, at exactly 12:03 a.m., my phone loses signal for 3 minutes. Exactly 3 minutes. The same thing happened in Gold Creek. The same time the town woke up. The same time the dead started walking through the streets again. But back then, before we reached the town, none of us understood any of that yet. Back then, we still thought this would become another overnight paranormal investigation video. Another creepy abandoned location. Another easy viral upload. That illusion died the moment we saw the first miner standing beside the road. Because Gold Creek wasn't abandoned. Something still lived there. Something old. Something intelligent. And whatever waited beneath the mines had been watching the desert for a very long time. Gold Creek once held over 6,000 residents during the early 1900s. The town exploded during America's gold rush years. Miners flooded into Nevada, chasing fortune beneath the mountains. Saloons stayed open 24 hours a day. Church bells rang every morning. The streets remained packed with workers, horses, merchants, and gamblers. Gold Creek became one of the richest mining settlements in the American West. Then people started disappearing underground. At first, only miners vanished. One worker here, 2 workers there. Management blame cave collapses, accidents, desert predators. But eventually entire mining teams disappeared beneath the tunnels without explanation. Then survivors started returning from underground talking about voices. Voices deep inside the mines, calling people by name. Voices pretending to sound like family members. Voices begging workers to keep digging deeper beneath the mountain. At first, nobody believed them, until the town doctor disappeared inside the mines. Then the sheriff vanished too. Then one night, every church bell inside Gold Creek started ringing at exactly midnight. By morning, 43 residents had disappeared. No bodies found. No signs of violence, only footprints leading toward the mine entrances, and carved across the church walls in blood. The same sentence appeared over and over. They are still digging below us. After that night, Gold Creek collapsed almost immediately. Families fled the town. Businesses closed. Mining operations stopped permanently. Within 6 months, Gold Creek became completely abandoned, at least officially. But according to local legends, the town never truly emptied. Travelers crossing the Nevada desert still reported lights moving through old saloons late at night. Shadow figures appeared inside broken windows. And if anyone entered Gold Creek after midnight, they sometimes returned talking about miners walking through the streets carrying lanterns. Miners with white eyes. Miners whose mouths moved without sound. Miners try to lure people underground. That should have stopped us completely. But Tyler only saw views. This place is perfect. The first time he showed us old photographs of Gold Creek, Marcus immediately laughed. This looks like a horror movie set. Lisa stayed quiet, which worried me immediately. Lisa normally joked during investigations, but after researching Gold Creek, she looked genuinely uncomfortable. 3 nights before the trip, we gathered inside Tyler's apartment, reviewing old newspaper records online. Rain hammered the city outside, while thunder rolled across the skyline. Tyler edited thumbnail concepts already. Marcus searched for routes through the desert. Lisa kept reading historical mining reports silently. Then suddenly, she froze. Marcus noticed first. "What?" Lisa slowly turned her laptop toward us. An old black and white newspaper article filled the screen. Gold Creek mine collapse leaves 27 missing. Tyler leaned closer immediately. "Cave in." Lisa swallowed hard. No bodies recovered. Silence. Marcus frowned. How do 27 people disappear underground without bodies? Lisa opened another article, and another, and another. Every few years, people vanish near Gold Creek. Travelers, treasure hunters, urban explorers, most connected to the same abandoned mine beneath the town. Mine Shaft 14, the deepest tunnel ever built under Gold Creek. Official reports claim the shaft collapsed permanently during the final mining disaster, but survivors describe something else entirely. They claim the tunnels beneath Shaft 14 continued far deeper underground than maps showed. Some miners even believe something existed beneath the mountain before the town itself was built. Tyler laughed nervously. Like what? Lisa looked directly at him. They thought the mine broke into something ancient. Nobody joked after that, because her expression looked completely serious. Then she opened one final report. A journal recovered from a missing miner during the 1930s. Most of the pages were unreadable from water damage, except for several sentences repeated throughout the notebook. It knows our voices. Don't follow the lanterns. The town is different after midnight. Marcus leaned back slowly. Okay, that's creepy. Lisa whispered softly. The miner who wrote this disappeared 3 days later. Silence filled the apartment. Then Tyler smiled nervously. So, Marcus looked at him. So what? Tyler grinned. This is our biggest video ever. Lisa immediately shook her head. No. Tyler frowned. No what? We shouldn't go. Marcus looked surprised. Lisa never backed out of investigations before. Ever. Even abandoned prisons didn't scare her. But Gold Creek clearly terrified her. Tyler laughed awkwardly. You really think ghost miners are living underground? Lisa stared directly at him. No. Then her voice dropped lower. I think something underground learned how to look like them. Nobody slept much after that conversation. But curiosity always wins. Especially online. Especially when fear becomes entertainment. 3 days later, we loaded cameras into Marcus's truck and drove toward Nevada. At first, everything felt normal. Gas stations, traffic, music through speakers. Then slowly, the world changed. Cities disappeared behind us. Roads narrowed. Mountains rose around the highway. By sunset, the desert surrounded us completely. Black rock formations stretching endlessly beneath dark clouds. Then the storm began. Wind hammered the truck hard enough to shake the windows. Dust rolled across the highway in massive waves. Marcus gripped the steering wheel tighter. This place feels cursed. Tyler filmed lightning across the desert excitedly. Perfect atmosphere. Lisa stayed unusually quiet in the back seat. She spent most of the drive rereading mining reports on her phone. Then suddenly, the truck radio shut off by itself. Complete silence filled the vehicle. Marcus frowned. What happened? He tapped the dashboard twice. Nothing. Static crackled briefly through the speakers. Then silence again. Tyler checked his phone. No signal anymore. Lisa immediately looked up. What mile marker are we near? Marcus glanced outside. 203. Lisa's face changed instantly. What? She stared toward the road ahead. Most disappearances connected to Gold Creek happened near Highway 203. Marcus forced a laugh. That's comforting. Then lightning flashed across the desert, and something appeared beside the road. A miner, standing motionless in the sand. Old mining uniform covered in dirt. Lantern hanging beside his leg. Head lowered unnaturally far. Marcus slowed automatically. What the hell? The miner slowly lifted his face toward us. White eyes. No pupils. Then he smiled. Tyler whispered, "Keep driving." Marcus hit the gas instantly. The truck sped past the figure fast enough to throw dust across the highway. But through the side mirror, I saw something that made my stomach drop. The miner never moved. Not once. He simply stood there smiling while watching the truck disappear into darkness. Then the truck radio exploded alive. Static screamed through the speakers. Marcus cursed loudly. What the hell? A voice whispered weakly beneath the static. Don't follow the lanterns. Tyler's face went pale. Did you hear that? The voice came again. Closer this time. Don't let them take you below. Lisa whispered softly, "Oh no!" Then screaming erupted through the radio. Dozens of voices screaming together beneath the static. Marcus nearly lost control of the truck. And then, through the storm ahead, we finally saw Gold Creek. And the moment the ghost town appeared through the desert, every bad feeling became real. Gold Creek looked dead from a distance. But the closer we got, the more the town started feeling alive. Old wooden buildings stretched across the desert beneath flickering lightning. Broken saloons leaned sideways against the wind. Collapsed hotels stood like rotting skeletons beneath the storm. Rust-covered mining carts sat abandoned beside cracked streets buried in sand. And despite the town being empty for nearly a century, lights still moved inside certain windows. Dim yellow lantern light, slowly drifting through upper floors. Marcus slowed the truck automatically. Nobody asked him to. The closer we got to Gold Creek, the heavier the atmosphere became. Even breathing felt strange, like the air itself carried pressure inside it. Tyler kept filming through the windshield, while desert wind screamed across the road. This place is unreal. Lightning exploded overhead, and for one horrifying second, we saw people standing along the streets. Dozens of miners, motionless figures wearing old mining uniforms, watching the truck arrive through the storm. Then darkness swallowed them again. Marcus whispered, "You guys saw that too, right?" Nobody answered, because we all saw them. Tyler slowly zoomed the camera toward the buildings again. Nothing there now, only broken windows and blowing sand. Marcus drove farther into town carefully. The old wooden entrance sign still stood crooked beside the road. "Welcome to Gold Creek," and spray painted beneath it in giant red letters. Someone had written, "The mines never closed." Lisa whispered softly, "We should leave." Tyler tried laughing nervously. Too late now. Then somewhere deep beneath the town, a mining siren suddenly screamed alive. Broom. The sound echoed across the desert, like something waking underground. Marcus slammed the brakes immediately. Wind hammered the truck, while the siren continued blaring beneath the storm. And then, old building doors started slamming shut throughout Gold Creek. Bang, 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 one after another, like the town was sealing itself closed. Tyler whispered, "That's not the wind." Nobody answered, because everybody knew he was right. Then suddenly, the truck headlights flickered once, twice, and died completely. Darkness swallowed us instantly. Marcus cursed loudly. No, no, no. The engine still ran, but every electronic system inside the truck shut off completely. Dashboard dead, radio dead, headlights dead. Nothing worked anymore. Then something tapped softly against Tyler's passenger window. Tap. Everybody froze instantly. Another tap came. Tap. Slow. Patient. Tyler turned toward the glass carefully and nearly screamed. A miner stood inches from the window. Old mining uniform soaked by dust and rain. Skin pale gray beneath flickering lightning. Eyes completely white. No pupils. No emotion. Just white eyes staring directly inside the truck. Marcus whispered, "Oh my God!" The miner smiled slowly, not normal smiling. His mouth stretched too wide, too far. Then he raised one finger toward the old mine entrance at the end of town, like he wanted us to follow. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Then the miner whispered softly. But somehow, despite the storm, we heard every word clearly. "They're waiting below." Tyler's voice cracked. "What?" The miner's smile widened unnaturally farther. Then the truck radio exploded alive again. Static screamed through the speakers loud enough to shake the dashboard. And beneath the static, dozens of voices shouted together, "Don't go underground." The miner outside vanished instantly, gone, like he was never there. Marcus slammed the truck into drive immediately. The tires spun through sand while the vehicle lurched deeper into the ghost town. Nobody spoke for several seconds. Then Tyler whispered, "That thing wasn't human." Lightning illuminated Gold Creek again. This time, we saw movement inside almost every building. Shadow miners pacing through upper floors. Figures standing motionless inside broken saloons. Tall silhouettes watching us through hotel windows. The town looked occupied, not abandoned. Occupied. Marcus parked near the center of town reluctantly. Nobody rushed to leave the truck anymore. The ghost town towered around us beneath the storm. Dark windows, rotting wood, swinging signs creaking in the wind, and every building felt like it was watching us. Lisa stared toward the mine entrance silently. Then she whispered something barely audible. "It feels awake." Marcus frowned. "What?" Lisa slowly shook her head. "I don't know." Then another mining siren suddenly screamed somewhere beneath the town. Broom. The ground vibrated lightly beneath our feet. Tyler whispered, "That came from underground." Then we heard metal scraping somewhere nearby. Long metallic dragging sounds echoing through empty streets. Scrape, clang, scrape. Marcus grabbed a flashlight from the dashboard. "We go in, shoot for 30 minutes, then leave." Tyler nodded immediately. "Deal." Lisa didn't answer. She kept staring toward the upper hotel windows, because now some of the figures inside were moving closer, watching us. The moment we stepped out of the truck, the smell hit us. Wet wood, rust, dust, and something else beneath it. Something metallic, like old blood buried beneath sand. Tyler filmed the empty street carefully while wind rolled through the buildings. "This place is insane." The saloon doors nearby creaked softly in the storm. Eek-yee. Beyond them, darkness stretched endlessly through the old interiors. Marcus pointed his flashlight downward suddenly. "Guys!" Fresh footprints covered the sand leading toward the mine entrance. Bare human footprints. But something about them looked wrong. The prints were too long, almost stretched unnaturally. Lisa crouched beside one carefully. Then her expression changed immediately. "These are fresh." Marcus frowned. "That's impossible. Wind hadn't covered them yet, meaning whoever made them passed through recently." Tyler swallowed hard. "We're not alone here." Then a voice whispered softly from inside the saloon beside us. "Tyler." Everybody froze. The voice sounded exactly like Tyler's older brother Adam. And Adam died 2 years earlier in a car accident. Tyler's face lost all color instantly. Marcus grabbed his shoulder hard. That wasn't real. The voice came again. Closer now. "Help me?" Lisa backed away from the saloon immediately. "Don't answer it." The saloon doors slowly creaked open wider by themselves. Darkness waited beyond them. Then we heard boots moving again. Heavy boots slowly crossing wooden floors inside. Thud, thud, thud. Marcus whispered, "We should leave." Tyler stepped inside anyway. And that single decision changed everything. The saloon interior felt freezing immediately. Our breath became visible. Flashlight beams barely cut through darkness ahead. Broken tables covered the floor. Dust floated through the air like smoke. Old gambling cards remained scattered across counters beneath decades of decay. The deeper we walked, the quieter the world became. Even our footsteps sounded wrong somehow. Muted, like the town absorbed sound itself. Tyler filmed slowly while whispering into the camera. Gold Creek, Nevada, abandoned since the 1930s after multiple disappearances connected to Mine Shaft 14. Then something moved upstairs. Fast. Marcus swung the flashlight upward instantly. Nothing there, but one hotel room door slowly creaked shut by itself. Bang. Lisa whispered, "We're being watched." Then came the whispering. Soft voices drifting through nearby rooms around us. Too quiet to understand clearly. At first it sounded random. Then slowly, we realized the voices were repeating our own conversations from earlier inside the truck. Perfectly. Perfect atmosphere. This place feels cursed. We should leave. Marcus stopped walking immediately. No. The whispers continued through the walls around us, using our voices exactly. Tyler whispered, "How is that possible?" Then every lantern inside the saloon flickered once, twice, and somewhere far below us underground, a massive metal impact echoed through the mines. Boom! The entire building shook slightly. Dust drifted from the ceiling overhead. Tyler pointed the flashlight toward an old trapdoor partially hidden beneath the bar counter. Red paint across the wood read, Shaft 14, and scratched directly beneath the warning in deep claw marks. Someone had written, "If they use your voice, don't follow them." Marcus stared at the message silently. Then a voice whispered directly behind him, "Marcus." Marcus spun around instantly. Nobody there, but his face turned completely pale, because the voice sounded exactly like his mother, and she'd been dead for 11 years. Then the voice came again, softer, closer. "Marcus, baby." Lisa whispered urgently, "Don't listen to it." But somewhere deeper underground, something massive suddenly moved beneath Gold Creek. And this time, all of us felt it. The wooden floor vibrated lightly under our boots. Not an earthquake. Footsteps. Huge footsteps. Thud, thud, thud. Slow. Heavy. Moving somewhere below mine Shaft 14. Tyler whispered, "What the hell is under this town?" Then suddenly, every building door across Gold Creek slammed shut at the exact same time. Bang. The sound exploded to the ghost town like a gunshot, and all the whispering stopped instantly. Complete silence filled Gold Creek again. Then from somewhere deep underground, a voice echoed upward through the mine shaft. Not loud, but massive, ancient, hungry, new workers. And every light inside the town went out.